Well, okay, so the second article, PepsiCo's sweet taste of success. Yeah, good. Well, let's read this one and then discuss the words and of course the questions. Well, may I ask you to read this one, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
PepsiCo sweet taste of success. If all goes to plan, Florida's sweetest and juiciest orange will soon grow in Punjab. Farmers in the northern Indian state grow mostly wheat and rye. However, for the decades, decades of intense cultivation have led to a sharp drop in the underground water level and made the soil poor. Because of this, the farmers joined with the state government and PepsiCo of the USA to experiment with planting different varieties of citrus fruit from Florida and California. Full soil and weather are comparable with the slope of the Punjab. For PepsiCo and other Western food companies, this kind of initiative is a key to long-term competitiveness in one of the world's fastest growing consumer markets. The government wants diversification. The farmers want to higher income, and the company wants local availability of citrus, says PepsiCo India Executive Director of Exports. A quarter of Punjab state agriculture revenues could come from citrus by 2015, local officials estimate.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay, very good. There are
You.
some words here, so let's talk about them. Let's learn the pronunciation and the meaning. So,
Yeah.
Evil goes to plan Florida's sweetest and juiciest oranges will soon grow in Punjab. Okay, I think, where is Punjab? I don't know.
Punjab.
Farmers in the northern Indian states grow mostly wheat and rice. However, for decades of intense cultivation, okay, the meaning of cultivation. It means the act of preparing land and growing crops. So this is the act of preparing the land for farming, for actually growing crops or maybe particular fruits and other crops. Okay, so this is cultivation. Have led to a sharp drop in the underground water level and made the soil poor. So because of actually lack of enough underground water, so actually the level of soil, became poorer. So of course they had a sharp drop. Okay. Well, because of this, the farmers joined with the state government and PepsiCo of the USA to experiment with planting different varieties of citrus. Citrus, of course, a kind of tree that produces citrus fruits like lemon, like orange, like, for example, these type of fruits are citrus. Okay, citrus fruit from Florida and California, whose soil and weather are comparable with those of the Punjab. So, for PepsiCo and all the Western food companies, this kind of initiative, it means, uh, actually, uh, is the key to long-term competitiveness in one of the world's fastest growing consumer markets. Okay, initiative means the ability to judge and decide what needs to be done and take action, you know, without suggestion from other people. For example, you are able to judge and decide what needs to be done, okay, and take action, and you don't need to ask others' opinions. So this is initiative, and that is okay. The government wants to diversification, makes different types, variety of, okay, diversification, something like making lots of different and variety of types. The farmers want higher income and the company wants local availability of citrus, said PepsiCo India's executive director of exports. A quarter of Punjab cites agricultural farming. Agricultural revenues could come from citrus by 2015. Local officials estimate. Okay, well, so this is about this text. I think it's not clear, but if you have any questions about it, you can ask me if there is a part that you didn't get.
Actually, I seen this article this morning when
That's good.
at the hospital.
Okay, well, okay, so.
Many new words to me, so I
Oh,
try
here,
to,
many new words for you. So which
yeah,
word? Which word?
yeah, because I never ever talk about like agriculture and farmer. I mean something related to farmer. So I
Yeah.
don't know wheat and uh, cultivation, cultivation.
Cultivation.
Yeah, um, and soil and citrus, citrus,
Citrus.
citrus,
Okay. So,
citrus.
okay, so cultivation has two different meanings. So let me talk about it first of all. As you know, we have some ad. If you want to know the meaning of this word, as I told you, growing crops. You know, this is noun. So cultivation as a noun can be growing crops, farming. So if I want to give you any easy example, I say farming, synonym is another synonym, but as a noun. And another one, as I told you, the act of preparing land and growing crops. Okay, so this is farming, cultivation. And citrus, a kind of fruits, type, actually, I can say. For example, we have some types of fruits like berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Okay, this type. Now we have another type that is citrus. Citrus, like, for example, orange, like lemon. Okay, this type is called, all fruits from this type called citrus. Okay, and another one, soil. Okay, soil,
Uh,
all the earth, not all the earth. We can say, I can say parts of earth is covered by soil. When you have a flower, you need to put it in soil and water it to grow. So this
yeah,
is soil.
yeah,
Soil is the first factor of farming. So you dig the soil, dig the ground, and put your crops in order to grow them. So
yeah.
this is soil. Okay, another word that you want to know the meaning and you think it's difficult.
Uh, uh, I check it. Uh, I checked it in the morning, so I know the meaning. Yeah, I
Very,
mean, yeah.
okay, very good. So now I think it's clear, but if you have any question, you can ask. Let's keep going with the third article. Okay, well, $1 million homepage. Okay, let's read.
Mm. 21 years old Alex too were looking for ways to raise money for his university studies. In August 2005, he had what he calls a perfect idea: simple, catchy, and cheap. He opened he opened a one-page website, divided it into million pixel or dot, and shows the space as advertising. He sold his pixel for $1 each, the minimum purchase being 100 pixels. Till spent the money generated by the first sale on promoting his website, the $1 million homepage. After a couple of months of intense media coverage, he has sold about 4,000 $400,000 worth of pixel. Because of its high traffic and low price, his site was in great demand among companies that needed advertising space, including the Times newspaper and Yahoo. In late January 2006, the last pixel was sold and Till became a millionaire. Till knows that this idea will only work once, but he says he has learned a lot about business, and he already working on his next ventures.
Very good. Well, okay. 21-year-old Alex was looking for ways to raise money for his university studies. In August 2005, he had what he called the perfect idea: simple, catchy, and cheap. Catchy means something that can take your interest, your attention, so this is catchy. He opened a one-page website, divided it into a million pixels or dots, and sold the space at advertising. Yeah, that's really interesting. So you divide your page into, maybe different parts, and you sell them. That's really interesting. He sold his pixels for $1 each, the minimum purchase being 100 pixels. Okay, two, spend the money generated by the first sale on promoting this website, the $1 million homepage. After a couple of months of intense media coverage, he had sold about 400,000 worth of pixels. Because of his higher traffic and low prices, so all people with this low price want to buy. So low prices, his site was in great demand among companies that needed advertising space, including the Time News and Yahoo. In late January 2006, the last pixel were sold, and to become a millionaire. Teo knows that his idea will only work once, but he says he has learned a lot about business, and he's already working on his new venture. It means new project, which is really exciting, new, okay, so maybe involves the risk, so we say venture. It can be a project or activity which is new, exciting, and maybe involves the risk. Of course, the risk of failure. Okay, that's really smart. I like it. Well, so we read this 2-1. Now let's go back to questions. Okay, of course, we answered the questions related to the first article. Now let's do this about the second and third one. Okay, about the second, I'm talking about PepsiCo. Let's answer the questions. What industry sector is the article about?
One.
Yeah.
Car leadership. Dealership.
No, second one, because we did the first word.
Oh, yeah. Food and beverage.
Beverage, of course. Do you have any idea about the meaning and definition of beverage?
I don't know about beverage because in my country sometimes they say about the wine, the fruits. Uh, I mean the water for the water for
Of
uh,
course.
I don't know. I
Of
mean
course. Let me say, so this is the word that is really good to learn. So let me say, beverage means any potable liquid. Okay, what does it mean when we say potable? It means drinkable, something that you can drink. For example, when you go to the kitchen and you want to drink water, this water is potable, something that you can drink. But beverage, so we use this word potable for water, potable water, okay? But beverage is any potable coffee, milk, and I don't know, for example, some other tea maybe, okay?
sorry,
So
one
they are, yeah,
sorry 1 minute please.
of course.
Đưa. Có thấy đỡ đâu đâu.
Còn thêm 0,2 độ.
Sốt lên đó. Thấy người thế nào? Tăng thêm à? Không thấy người thế nào?
37,5 lên 37,7.
Yeah, my son.
Oh, okay. Well, so we were talking about beverage. As I told you, any potable liquid such as tea, coffee, or milk. Okay, all of them are beverage. Okay, and
Yeah.
we use the word potable for water as well. We say potable water. It means the water that you can drink, drinkable. Okay, well, very good. Second question. What is the great idea about the second PepsiCo?
The idea is they joined with the state government. I mean, planting. Experiment with planting different variety of citrus fruit
Yes.
from
Yes.
Florida and California, whose soil and weather are comparable with those of the Punjab.
Of course, of course. So farmers from Punjab or Indian farmers traditionally grow wheat and rice. But this is the first time that oranges from Florida have been grown in India. So this is a really good idea. Okay, well, and what makes the idea unusual?
Uh, um,
I think you can give the same answer as number two because, this is unusual. You can grow wheat and rice and now suddenly you want to grow citrus and from Florida. So I think this is unusual. What do you think?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. What problem does this idea solve?
The problem is the demand of government and farmer and companies are different. I think so.
I think something else, we have something here. Let me show you because we have, yeah, here. Okay, for decades of intense cultivation, have led to a sharp drop in the underground water level and made the soil poorer. You know, because actually all farmers, you know, used to grow wheat and rice for decades, so the underground water level went down and the soil got poorer. So this is a problem. When they started growing citrus and oranges, of course, they could solve this problem, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they actually tried different way, you know, not only wheat and rice, so that they could solve this problem. I think this is a really important problem that they faced, and then they could manage it, they could solve it.
Yes.
Yeah. And so do you have any other ideas? So something that you want to add?
Yeah. I read about because of this, because the water level and major soil poor, so the farmer decide to join with the state government. So
So, of course, so let me say something, you know, okay, there was here. Okay, let me talk about it. So they faced a really important issue. So poor soil, lack of enough water, then, of course, earning little money. This is the first problem. Of course, as you mentioned, they try to join with the state government and grow oranges. Now they can sell and earn more money. So they can cover, they can actually something like solve this issue. Do you agree?
yeah.
Okay. So because they needed to join with the state government and of course PepsiCo of the USA to experiment with planting different varieties of actually crops or citrus, because they didn't have this experiment. So they needed to do this to solve this issue.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and number 5. Okay, so what are the benefits of this idea?
Benefit is a quarter of Punjab state agriculture revenue. Oh no. Is a key to long-term competitiveness in one of the world's fastest growing consumer markets. I think so.
Of course, in a huge market, of course.
Yeah.
This is for the US, you know, because so this is something for India. I think the first thing is the first benefit is
I see revenue could come from, but not an just just mentioned about higher income, but
very good. Of course, this is the most important one. Higher income for local farmers in India. And of course, and for PepsiCo, the US PepsiCo, of course, you know, there are fruit available locally for their beverages. So of things, and as you mentioned, long-term competitiveness in a large and huge market. So, but for India, higher income is the noticeable benefit. Okay, well, let's answer the same questions related to the third part. Okay, the third part, what industry sector is the article about?
oh, they answer here, internet advertising.
Very good. And number 2, where is my question? Here. Okay, what is the great idea?
Great idea is he opened a website and shown the space for customers.
Yeah,
We sell for $1 each.
of course. So he could make $1 million from selling pixels
Yeah.
on a web, so I think that's really, really good. Okay, and what makes the idea unusual?
Because his site were in great demand among companies that needed advertising space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think about actually his age? Actually, this idea comes from a really young person. We expect such a great idea from an experienced person, maybe a businessman. But, maybe a really young person decided to do something and had a great idea. And so I think this is really unusual because we don't expect something like this.
I'm not sure because I am very impressed with him, but I mean in over the world we have many great idea from the people younger than him. So I don't think it's
Of
unusual.
course,
The
yeah, I
person
do agree with you.
very impressed. Yeah, and I just think about his service. I don't think
Yeah,
about his age.
yeah, I think, this is just an idea. I think so. This can be a bit unusual, but of course, I do agree, can be. Well, number 4, what problem does this idea solve?
Uh, the problem is idea will only work one. Uh, mm, ye- mm, 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 mm. I just think the problem is many companies don't have. I don't know. In this article, I just see problem is he he won't shown.
Why did he start, to actually, why did he start this job?
So,
What was the first problem that he faced? And
it's mean looking for a way to raise money for his university study.
of course, so he could. So the first problem that he solved, he could earn enough money to finance his university.
Oh,
So I think,
ah,
this one is, of course, I think this one is really important one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't have enough money for study, so start
Uh,
business.
of course, he didn't have enough money. So, we have here,
Oh,
because of course,
I don't have
of course,
enough money for many things, but I don't have. I don't
yeah.
have Yeah, beautiful idea to resolve
you know, need.
my problem.
You know, sometimes when you're in really maybe, I don't know, something like difficult, challenging, crucial situation, you make some important decision. You know, of course, when you say I need, it's different. You know, if you really need money, you know,
Yeah.
for example, you're an only mom, you don't have a home, you need to take care of your children, and so you need to do something. So I think need can make you creative. So this one, he wanted to study. Of course, this person was a really intelligent person,
Yes.
but this was the first problem that he faced. And actually, this is maybe the first idea. You know, what can I do? Okay, let's do this. This is my ability, so I can.
Yes.
Wow. Well, but that was really good. Of course, every day we face lots of issues and we can't find any way to solve problems. And the last question, benefits of this situation and this idea.
Uh, the benefits he uh, he become a millionaire. He sold 400,000 was he sold about $400,000 worth of
Yeah,
pizza, and he became a millionaire.
yeah, of course. And you know, it can be an inspiration for young entrepreneur. You know,
Yeah,
they can learn something. Yeah, of
yeah,
course. And the idea was really
yeah,
quite
and
nice.
maybe, a lot of younger people maybe become bankrupted because him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, can be. Okay, well, let's keep going. This part is grammar section. Okay, about past simple, past continuous. You know this grammar, so that's really easy. Just let's talk about them. Okay, about past continuous, past simple normally is used to talk about short actions in the past, something that happened in the past and finished in an exact time. And past continuous normally is used to talk about something that was in progress in the past. So we have a short action, we have a long action. For long action, we use past continuous. For example, I can say, I was talking to my mom when you called me. Okay. I was talking. Actually, the process of talking is a long process, and just you called, so this is a short action, so we use past simple. Okay, and as I told you, past continuous for something that was going on, was in progress, okay, around a particular time in the past. But past simple, let's talk about actions or events that actually were completed, happened, finished, okay, and we know the time. Of course, we use this tenses that is really interesting for something like narrating. It means telling stories. And for example, when you want to tell a story, when you want to talk about this part is important, so let's discuss it. It's not something related to your book, but it's really good for you actually for making conversation, talking about your experiments in the past, maybe memories. When you want to actually make a story or talk about past, okay, when you want to talk about past, you use some past tenses, past simple, past continuous, past perfect. But we have something like structure, or we have some rules about the using of them. First of all, when you want to describe a scene in the past, you normally use past continuous. For example, let me explain them using some examples. It was night. I was walking in the street. I was walking. I'm trying to actually something like image and show you something that is in that situation. So I was walking and I was thinking about my difficulties in my life. So this is a situation, okay? Suddenly I heard a voice. Suddenly I heard. This is an important action. So main actions should be described using past simple. Suddenly I heard a voice. I followed the voice, and I saw a man who had fallen on the street. So when I arrived, I saw that someone had fallen. This is past perfect, an action that happened before past simple. So present continuous to maybe talk about first an action in progress, and for action, for actually something like showing and to talk about you and to describe the scene, okay, situation. So past continuous. After that, past simple for important and main events. And after that, past perfect to talk about actions and events that happened before past simple, before another one. So this is the rule about 3 time tenses for telling stories in the past. Well, get it?
Yeah.
Very good. Wow. Now let's read part A, the first part of the Max Factor story, and complete it with the correct form of the word. Okay. Well, let's get
In many
started.
parts of the world, Max Factor has become a famous brand of cosmetics. Yes, few people know that Max Factor, who was born in Poland in 1877, is also the name of the inventor of the cosmetics. Apparently, its worldwide mass uh, working.
Okay, let me help you. We have some words. This one is really important. Look at while. When you see this word, be sure you need to use past continuous. So while actually is mention the duration, is mentioning the duration of time. So we use past continuous. And this word is cosmetic, means makeup. Cosmetic means makeup. So it was while Max was working.
Yes. As an apprentice to a pharmacist, missing own skin, own kind of potions. Thus he developed
Developed, of course.
interest in cosmetics. He lived in Moscow when uh, were living in Moscow when
Very
he
good. Was
opened
lived.
his own shop selling a range of handmade cosmetics.
Well, very good. So here, the word, okay, apprentice. It means beginner. Beginner or trainee. So trainee or beginner. It means you want to start a job, or for example, you finish your study and now you want to start a job, so you need to learn as a beginner. So you go to a company and of course you start your training, so with something like apprentice, so you are apprentice. Okay.
Okay.
Well, and just the last one, use it number 4. What did you say?
Number 4, opened.
Opened. Excellent. Very good. So when and while, just pay attention, especially while. So when you use this word, you can say that I can use past continuous. For while, definitely past continuous. For when, both of them. Past or simple or continuous. Part B. Now complete the second part of the story with either the past simple or the past continuous of the given verbs. So let's keep going.
The story goes as one day, some members of the Russian nobility noted the beautiful makeup worn by some traveling theater actors who performing who were performing for them.
Very good. Some traveling theater actors who were performing. Very good.
So they appointed Mark Factor, the cosmetics expert for the royal family. In 1904, Factor emigrated to the USA.
Very
good. He created a new kind of makeup for cinema actors in Los Angeles, where he lived. By the time
when he
was living.
Was living, of course, where he was living, because when you say live, you are talking about a duration of time. Of course, you live somewhere for a period of time. So when he was living.
Yeah. By the time he was introducing his product to the public, all major actresses visited his salon.
Okay, so by the time he introduced his product to the public, all major actresses were visiting his salon. Okay, so we're visiting. Okay, well, so because of this phrase, by the time, so before he introduced his product to public, all major actresses, this is a duration of time, were visiting his salon. Okay, so this is past continuous. Let me say something. I'm not sure if I talked about action, non-action verb. Do you remember? I think about, in present simple and present continuous. Action, non-action verbs. Okay, well, let's talk about them. So sometimes we need to use past continuous or present continuous, but we can't because our verb is non-action verb and we can't change non-action verb to gerund or ing form. For example, I say I like, love, hate. Okay, so these verbs are non-action. Okay, non-action verbs, they don't express any action. When I say I go, this is an action. So I can make a gerund or ing. But when I say I like you, I can say I'm liking you. What is this? Okay, so they don't make sense when they turn into gerund or ing. Now, we have some verbs that can be both action or non-action, a few of them, of course. I can say that two important verbs that can be used as action and non-action are think and have. So both of them can be used as action or non-action. Sometimes action, sometimes. For example, I say, I think it's better to go. I think it's better to go. So this is not an action, just I think. This is my idea. I say, I think it's better to go. So here, think is non-action. But I say, Zia, what are you doing? And you say, I'm thinking, I'm doing something. So now it's different. So the meaning and definition is different. So here, think is action verb. I say, I have a car. This is my position, something that I have. So I own a car. No action here. I don't say, I'm having a car. I have a car. But I say, tonight we are having dinner with my family. So we are having dinner. This is an action that we're going to do at night with family. So here I can use it as an action verb. Okay, so action verb can be followed by ing and turn into gerund, but non-action, no. And think and have, both of them. Okay?
Okay.
Well, do you want me to write the examples on the board so that you can have them?
Yes, one.
Of course. For example, I have a car here, non-action. I'm having dinner with my friends. Okay, this is. Okay, and let me put this one here. Another one. Okay, I think it's better to go. This is non-action. And I'm thinking about my future. This is action, something that I'm doing. Okay? Well. Okay, there are some statements. Let's discuss if you agree or disagree and why. The best number for a meeting is 6 people or fewer. Do you agree and why?
For a meeting.
Yeah.
Depend on which kind of meeting. I mean which meeting.
What kind of meeting, for example, formal, informal? Yeah, you think something like this? A meeting is normally formal, but
yes, normally formal, but I think we have many meeting large, like 100.
yeah,
No.
of course. Maybe it depends if you are a speaker or no. So if you're a speaker, it's better to, I don't know, to have fewer audience so that you feel more comfortable maybe. But you know, it depends, I think.
I think I think it depends on what's the subject to discuss, because some subjects, if we discuss with a lot of people, it's very terrible.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So,
And number 2, never have food or drink during a meeting.
oh, I don't agree.
Of course.
Yeah. We
Neither do I.
need food and drink during a meeting for brainstorm.
Yeah.
For
Of course. And sometimes we need, for example, you talk and you need to drink water. So
Yeah.
why not? I think no. I have the same idea. Okay. 3, always start and finish a meeting on time. I do agree.
I agree.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
It's really important. You should sit around a table when you have a meeting. Sit around the table. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Yeah, I think it's better to make the environment a little warmer, maybe friendly, warmer, I think. And you can make eye contact with all
Yeah.
members in meeting. So I think it's not bad, of course.
Yeah.
Well, and a meeting must always have a leader.
Yes, of course.
And the leader should be me.
Because if we don't have a leader, we don't know the meeting will go uh, where
Yeah.
where
So
the meeting.
of course, we need a leader to actually clarify everything, maybe. So I think, yes, it's
Decide
good. Yeah,
even.
and make structure. So I think that's really important to have a really good foundation structure. So it's really good to have a leader. And the last one, at a formal meeting, each person should speak in turn.
For me, each person should speak in turn. No, I don't agree.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need some person the person who need to give their opinion, but each person is mean
Yeah,
own.
of
Yeah,
course.
so
Of
it's
course. Yeah, of course. Intern is okay, but each person, I think, this one, it depends which part is stressed. Intern is really good, of course. One by one, each person should speak. But if this part is stressed, each person, of course, I don't agree. Maybe some people don't want to talk. So, no. But I think here, intern is stressed. So I think, yes, it's good. So one by one in turn, so everyone can talk, so everyone can have time. Well, okay, that's it. We skip this part because time is over and we need to go. Do you have any questions, any issues related to this part?
I will ask you if I have a question.
Of course. Thank you. It's okay, of course.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. It was great time with you again and have a great night.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.